Hey, welcome back. I have to train because my Pikachu's not strong enough to kill the starfishes. I think there's a cricket in here. Can you hear that? Cricket, cricket, cricket. I got stung by a bee. Did I mention that? I think so. I mentioned it last week. So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep talking about this thing at the lake, cause that's all my notes. Maybe today will be the last day. Well, I just have one small thing. And this goes back to the drinking thing. I don't understand. So they drank a little bit at the lake. I didn't, and I mean, like, they had like a couple beers, like maybe, I don't know, just like enough that you'd think. I just didn't notice any change in them. I don't know. I've never been around somebody who's been drunk. I don't understand, like, what the therapist is like, just drink wine and your social anxiety will be cured. I'm still like, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna work on me. And then I like see other people when they drink and I'm like, I don't notice any difference. I don't know. I am curious about that, like, I'm sure I would hate myself. My social anxiety is so strong, and my self-awareness and like my fear of judgment is so strong. I don't think enough alcohol, like all the alcohol in the world, I don't think could overcome that. The therapist is like, oh yeah, everybody thinks that, but then they have drinks and then they're different. I don't see it. I think like my willpower of like being afraid of judgment is too strong. Like, not even alcohol could pierce it. I would sooner like be so embarrassed about like how much I'm drinking and how weird I am that at that point I would just like hide or something and be like, I can't control myself. I'm being too weird. I'm being too outgoing. I don't like this or something. And I would hide. Because I'm like, or I would leave or something. I think that's what would happen. I don't see it. I don't see it. We're gonna try it eventually. I know. Like, just like I did the cursing thing. You know what I should do? Content freaking gold. The first time I drink should be on this channel. Obviously. I gotta do that. Content gold, my friend. Yeah, obviously that's what I have to do. So when do you want me to do that? You want me to do that next week? I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy a wine and just drink it while I record something. I don't know. Oh God, should I really do that? I'm gonna talk to my therapist about it this week because she wants me to drink. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the liquor store and get a wine and I wonder if they'll card me. Like that, that suit guy who thought I was really young. I wonder if they think like, uh-oh, this 15-year-old is trying to buy a beer. How old do you have to be again? You have to be 21. I guess I could pass for 21, right? I don't know. What do you think? take away the eye bags, and I think I look 21. Do I look 21? Look at my pimples. Don't look at the eye bags and look at the pimples. Yeah, the pimples are doing a lot of the work there. And the no beard. Like, I can't grow facial hair. Yeah, I think they would card me. I've never been carded before because I've never bought alcohol before. That would be stressful. Because it feels like you're doing something wrong, and be like, hey, let me see your ID. And be like, oh, here's my ID. It's not fake, I promise. Oh. That's a level up. That's a level up. 16, 16, 16. Baboosh. I think I'll go to 18, and then I'll fight Misty. Misty. Drinking and driving. The value. I don't know. Here's something that's kind of weird to talk about. I don't know. Like, when I think about being in a relationship with a partner, a girlfriend, whatever, I think about it bringing a lot of value. Like, oh, having a person in your life who supports you and is like a person that's like actually talks to you. That would be, and that like you like and you're attracted to or whatever. But I saw like my cousin and her partner and like the other two people who were there, and I'm like, I don't know. Is there really that much value there? I don't know. It sounds horrible because it's like, oh, you think they have a bad relationship. I don't. They're really good together. But I don't know. I don't know if I see the value. Like, if I have a partner, it's gonna be like, it has to be just like a real connection. Sometimes I see people and I'm just like, do you guys even like talk to each other? I don't know. About like anything that's like interesting and not just like, oh, I went to work today and the weather is, there's no like connection or like vulnerability or I don't know. I don't mean that exactly with like my cousin and everything, but like it just made me think of it. And like I see people, but I don't know, I felt a little bit like that at the lake. Is like, what's the value here of you guys like being together? I don't know if that makes sense. I probably shouldn't have brought it up. That's hard because I always kind of feel like I can make it by myself. I've been doing it. I'm an introvert. I don't need to be around people. I don't need a partner. I've been doing fine without a partner, and that's always the ironic thing. Like, oh, fine, you've been doing so fine. And of course, in the back of my head, the reason why I'm kind of doing fine is because I'm like, oh, in the future, you're going to have a partner. But, like, what if I really felt like, oh, no, never. You're never going to find the perfect person for you. Is that okay? Kind of no. But also, like, I could. If anybody could do it, I could do it. I could be by myself. And so, like, if I can be by myself, then I never want to be in a relationship just to, like, be in one. And I know nobody else wants to do that either, but sometimes it just feels like they're just in a relationship just like, oh, because I, like, have to be in a relationship. And you see them interact, and you're like, do you guys even, like, care about each other? I don't know. Like, do you ever connect? What was that? Was that a hummingbird? it doesn't feel, yeah, you see people and it's like, they don't feel it, like they're not connecting. Like they're just kind of talking at each other like normal people. Like when I talk to my cousin, sometimes we're just like talking at each other because we're not super close. Like we don't see each other all the time. And we're just like, oh, your dog is cool. I was like, oh yeah, he's kind of cool. And then we just kind of talk at each other like that. And it's not like a connecting. Like we did when we talked about therapy. Like that was a good connection. I felt connected when we talked about that. But sometimes you see like people who are partners and they're just like, they do the same thing. They're like, hey, how's the dog today? Oh, he's fine. How's the baby? Did you feed it? Oh, yeah, fed the baby. Like, that's not a connection. That's just like, I don't know. They're not like connected. They're just, and so what's the point of having a partner if you're not going to connect with them? I don't know. But maybe it's just like because I'm there and it's like, what's that thing called? Heisenberg principle or whatever. Like if you're observing it, then you change the outcome. Because I'm there, they don't obviously connect as much because they're like trying to think about me and like talk to me. But when I'm not there, then they connect. That's probably it. That's the thing, obviously. I'm gonna look that up. Is it called the Heisenberg principle? Dalton, you probably know. You're smarter than me. Choo, choo. Choo, choo. Let's kill this bird and then... Okay, I'm gonna get to level 17, not 18, and then I'm gonna fight. Wow, this is taking a long time. Heisenberg principle. Uncertainty principle? Is that it? In quantum mechanics, the uncertainty principle is any of a variety of mathematical inequalities asserting a fundamental limit to the accuracy with which the values for certain pairs of physical quantities of a particle such as position x and momentum p can be predicted from initial conditions. Okay, that does not seem to be what I want. What's the observation principle called? Observation principle. In physics, the observer is the disturbance of, what's it called though? The observer effect, but like what's it called? Double slit experiment? I guess it's just called the observer effect. Observer effect. Yep. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.